Okay, this one has been a long time coming. This is admittedly a pretty painful video to review, pretty tough video to come back to, but we're gonna push through. This is the 2023 SCCA Championship Runoffs. Didn't go well for me. Hence the painful part. The setup here is I had a great week. I was deep inside the top 10. At one point I was 5th in qualifying. I was having a great week. The last qualifying session of the week, I got stuck out by myself without a partner, and I got passed by a ton of guys, nose to tail, having a hell of a draft. Fell back to 13th, which is where we start now. The red car with the black bumper in front of us, Stuart Black, is a good buddy of mine. So the goal is to stay with Stuart. We're going to hook up and push together and make our way to the front. That was the goal. Now starts this terrible, painful accordion of gas brake, gas brake, gas brake. I thought I lost it here, but nope, we're back on the brakes again because the flag hasn't dropped yet. We went all the way to the station before they gave us the green flag, and this is the result. So now we're full green flag, tensions are high. I would love to pass this forward and jump over to the right. Doesn't really work out. There's a gap between this mini and the Mazda showing up. It's not good enough. I'm hooked up with Stuart. Watch in front of us. You can see red mini get pushed off. Stuart drops a tire. I can't lift, so now he's back behind me. Now watch this silver Sonic. I'm still trying to make my way as far to the front as I can. He lost a transmission, and watch him come back across. Oof, man, that was such a scary moment. He lost a transmission, and the car dove hard for the inside. The rest is history. Now, the incredible thing is that was a busy start. It was really crazy, but guess what? We're right back in 7th place. We're right back where we should have been. We had great track position to the inside of turn 3 there is so crucial because it just gives you a lot of space. It gives you great track position, gives you a ton of space, and allows you to really kind of work the field. Also, with that Sonic coming back across track like that, stopping running the track, so we were able to squirt through and roll out. So now you've got this front 6 are tight in a group, but they're pretty far up there. And then I'm leading the second group of folks. I got Stuart is right on my back, so we're going to work together and we're going to push. But there's also another 3 or 4 cars in this line that I'm leading that is, we don't know if they're going to work with us or not. The race is setting up to be really, really interesting. There's a thumbs up to Stuart saying, let's push, let's go, let's catch this lead pack, let's see what we can do here. Because frankly, I think we've got a car to finish inside the top 5. So that's the goal. Now the thing about this race was it was a cold morning. You see right there, a lot of correction, big lift. It was a cold morning. These hand cooks take a couple laps to build heat anyway, and now you factor in that it was like 40 degrees or something like that. It was cold. The whole outlap was working the tires as hard as I could to get some heat and some grip in it. And really, at this point, there's no grip in the car, really. But you got to push. It's the Runoffs, and we're running inside the top 10. This is a competitive group, and we got to do the best we can to hold on. So as we're coming into turn 3 here, everybody's fighting for grip. Look far ahead. On the right, you're going to see the car that lost its transmission earlier. There you see a cloud of dust, and way up there, you can just catch that car hit that wall. Right there. That's our double yellow. I knew it, and I said to myself, that's it. Me and Stuart, we're hooked up. We've got a double yellow. We're going to be able to catch up, and we're going to see what we can do. At least that's what we think. We're coming to the restart, and this silver stuff really gets under the watch. This video is tough to look at. I had not planned to make a move on this Mazda. I planned to hook up with him and try to push, but I had such a good head of steam from the help behind that I decided to pop out and show my nose and see what we can do. At this point, I'm confident we can get all the way through, but watch these cars ahead of us. Top four, battling it out. Car comes over, hits the mini. Keep watching the mini, and he comes across. Jeez, this video is still hard to watch. And it's hard to watch not because it hurt, because it didn't, not because the car is damaged, but because it took us out of a great spot. We had great track position, we had great speed. I think we were going to do something really cool, but that's racing. That's how it goes. This, it's painful to look at. I couldn't really believe what I was seeing. At this point, I kept replaying the crash. I could hear the impact in my head, and this whole section of video is so surreal because it just didn't feel real. I was driving my broken car through the grass to park it because the race was done from the hardest impact I've ever taken. I thought we were going to go over at one point. But luckily we didn't, and I could get off track so I didn't delay the race anymore. But this one hurt. This one sucked a whole lot. So I'm here editing this video right now. I've got it on the screen right here, and I just had a couple of things to say that didn't really fit in that medium. This sucked. This was really hard. We had a great car. We had having a great race. We were doing really well. And we get removed from the race due to no fault of our own. I really thought that I was going to get through that accident. I could see it all happening. I'll never forget. I could see, I was watching the nose of the car as I was driving by him. I was watching the nose of the car, and I watched it disappear behind the head support for my seat. And I thought, for a split second, I thought, we got it. We got away with that one. Bam! And that's when the impact came. So I thought we were going to drive out of that one. Didn't get there. So that was hard. It felt so surreal. I was driving through the dirt thinking, how has this happened? How is this possible? I can't even, it didn't feel real to me. Parts of it still don't feel real to me. But at the end of the day, I think that that's just racing. It happens. It sucks. It hurts so bad sometimes. As you know, or as you should know, go back and watch the video if you haven't. We were able to scramble the car back together. I busted my butt for another 2 weeks to try to get the car back together to get to the SIC, which we won. So that was a much better way to end the season. But right after all of that happened, I'm in the paddock, and there's so many people around. That's when you really start to realize who your friends are and how many people are there supporting you. There were so many people who had so many kind words for me to help me sort of pick up out of that mess. It's crazy what racing will do to you. I went from feeling about as low as I have ever felt in any situation to as high as I've ever felt, from being knocked out of the national championships to winning the divisional championship in 2 weeks. It's incredible. Overall, it was an amazing season. Like I said, if you have not watched the previous video, please go back and watch that. It's so good. It was such a good race. It was a way better way to end the season than this was. So I'm going to end it right there. Thank you so much for watching. This one hurt. This one didn't feel real, but that's how it goes. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and let's never do that again.